Hi everybody, this is Alex from relaxingmusic.website, and in this video I want to talk about the solfeggio frequencies. I want to show you how to use these frequencies, and I want to talk about how these frequencies, how this music was produced. I want to give you some insights. If you haven't downloaded the free 528 Hertz frequency yet, you can do that by clicking the link in the description below. I'm giving you the Solfeggio frequency 528 Hertz for free. Now let's go into the production of this music, and I'm gonna give you some insights, what you should concentrate on, what you should focus on when purchasing such a music, no matter if this music or any other solfeggio frequency music in the internet. As you can see, I'm here at my working place, at my studio, at my desk, and I've opened the program where I mix the music together with the frequencies. And now let's hear the frequencies one by one without any additional music. Let's just hear the frequencies, how they sound pure. Here is the 174 Hertz frequency. Let's start with that. That's the deepest frequency, that's the basic frequency, and the frequency pure sounds like this. As you can hear, it's a quite deep sound, but if you imagine meditating on such a sound constantly, you would go nuts. You agree? You cannot meditate 8 minutes long or even longer on such a sound. That's not possible. It's a torture. So what to do? To meditate on a certain frequency, you should mix the frequency with some additional sounds so that you don't hear the frequency in front, but subconsciously in the background. For that purpose, I use some nature sounds. And as you can hear now, it feels a little better. Here's listening to it is easier. If you mix that with a bass now, where is the bass? Here. Then you see the frequency gets more and more unhearable. It's there, it's the same loudness, but it's in the background. It works more subconsciously because the bass is louder than the actual frequency. And now if we add more sounds, for example strings, you can feel that the frequency is going more into the background. It's there, the vibration is there, the feeling is there, but you don't hear the annoying frequency itself. And in ancient times, they might have produced this frequency by hitting some bowl or some bell that produces this special frequency. And that way, of course, it's much easier, or it's even a pleasure to listen to that pure frequency. But if you produce the sound technically, then you must mix it with some music and other sounds so that it blends together and that you can meditate on it with a good feeling. So let's listen to the music again. And that's the 174 Hertz frequency. Personally, I feel grounded when I listen to this frequency for a few minutes. The next frequency you can see it sounds a little higher. The deeper the frequency, the deeper the sound. The higher the frequency, the higher the sound. And at the end, we'll see the frequencies really get high in tone. You cannot listen to them alone. It really gets annoying. So, but blended together with music, it's nice. So that's the 285 Hertz frequency together with some music. And if you add a little more to it, now you have an Om sound and some oriental instrument. It's the koto. Then you see the frequency is in the background, it's there, but it's overtoned by the waves and by the bass, and you can really go into the vibration. without it getting annoying. And the 285 Hertz frequency is used for helping visualize things. You know, sometimes meditation has the goal of switching off your thoughts and thinking of nothing. And you might have experienced that thinking of nothing is really hard or sometimes impossible to do. And thinking of images and producing images in front of your inner eye is much easier. And helping visualize or training your possibility to visualize 285 Hertz frequency is supposed to help you. Let's go to the next frequency. That's 396 Hertz. Sounds like this. Again, you can listen to this alone for a few minutes. You would go nuts. Actually, let me show you what a frequency looks like and why it's called, why it has this number. So if we enlarge in that picture, you can see that we have a waveform here. So that's the frequency of 396 Hertz. And you see it's a wave. Yeah? When we play it back, you hear the wave. And this wave here repeats 396 times per second. That's why it's called 396 Hertz frequency. So 396 together with music, like that. Sounds a little brighter already. Just take your time, meditate on each frequency for 5 to 8 minutes. On the album, each frequency is 8 minutes 30. So, and then it stops, it fades out, and then you can go to the next frequency. Just sit down, meditate on it, go into the feeling, and find out how each frequency feels to you. You might have a day that you like 174 best. You might have a day where you prefer the 528 Hertz. But if you take your time and meditate on each frequency for one per day, then you can write down how you feel, and you can use these feelings, you can use these frequencies for your meditations, depending on your meditation's goal. So that's the 396. Let's go to the next one. That's 417. It's this frequency. See, it gets higher and higher. Together with music, sounds like that. You might agree already, it feels different. It's the same music actually, just pitched higher. It's the same sounds, the same tones, just adapted to that frequency. But still it feels different. Now let's go to the frequency you might have downloaded, the 528 Hertz. The pure frequency sounds like this. To be able to meditate on it, we have it with music and nature sounds. So that's it. And on the recording, these sounds always vary. They don't stay the same. You have some nice variety. And the 528 Hertz, as you might have read, is used for self-esteem. Everything that has to do with self-esteem or loving yourself, you can use this 528 Hertz. Just a brief description. As I said, find out yourself how the frequency feels to you. You might prefer the 639 Hertz. Today and tomorrow you like the 741 Hertz. Let's listen to 639. See, this is really high now. You cannot listen to such a tone for a long time unless you mix it with music. You get another feeling. Same music, different feeling. And no matter if you download this music or any other music with the solfeggio frequencies, the actual frequency should be hearable in the recording. It should be there. Because some music I've heard, they don't contain the frequency. It's just music, but you don't hear the frequency. It's not mixed into the recording. So how should that work? It's very important, it's essential that the frequency is there and it has a constant vibration that you can feel. If it's not there, I'm not sure if it has any effect. So, you can hear the frequencies there, but it's in the background. And if I turn that off now, you might feel that something is missing. And that's the actual frequency, which is important, 639 Hertz. The vibration is not there. If I turn it on, you have it there. It's that constant tone. And as you might know, in meditation, it's always important to focus on something constant, so that your thoughts are not jumping here and there. They can focus on one layer and stay there, focused. So that's why the frequency should be there. Let's go to 741. This is really getting high now. Sounds like a tinnitus, so not possible to concentrate on that. With music, it's something else. So it blends together and you can relax with that. You have some bird sounds, you have some wave sounds. You have the in that frequency, so that way you can focus on the 741 Hertz. The 852 sounds like this, really high. So just let's compare. That's now 852, and if we go back to our first frequency, see what a difference that is. This 174, really deep, really grounded, and this 852 frequency, 852 Hertz, really high and awakening. So if you hear that with music, same music, but really sounding brighter, much brighter. Let's hear the last frequency, the 963. Really high. With music. And this is really awakening. Usually I take this frequency for waking up myself or other people when I'm in a session. When I want more activity again, I use the 852 Hertz or the 963 Hertz to wake up, to gain energy again. That was an overview over the 9 solfeggio frequencies, how they were produced. Now you saw how they work, what's important. And in the next video, I want to show you how I set up the room when I prepare for a session with someone or for meditation for myself, where to put the speakers, how to use the music. It's basic things, but it's good to know these things, good to have seen it. And in another video, I will explain you how to download the frequencies. You don't need any CD player, you don't need a CD. You can do that with your smartphone. It's very easy. So stay tuned at this channel and watch out for new tutorials. See you then.